What's up guys, Sam Adams here and welcome to yet another edition of The Drop, which is a series every single Monday here on my YouTube channel where I go through the top video game releases of the week and let you guys know what new games are coming out just in case you want to pick up something new to play in your various adventures in the gaming world. And this week it's kind of slow, but there are some significant games coming out, so there's some stuff worth mentioning, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into The Drop. First off, we've got Everybody's Gone to the Rapture on the PlayStation 4, and this is actually a PS4 exclusive. It was originally being developed for PC, and then Sony and the developer signed some papers, and lo and behold, it's an exclusive now. But it takes place in a small British town during the apocalypse, and there are 6 characters, and each member of this crew, I suppose you could say, is kind of linked to one certain landmark, and there's a lot of exploration to be done in the town. It's a very story-driven game, and it looks like it's one of those more experienced games where you kind of play it to get the experience, you get the story, and it's one of those revolutionary kind of titles where it's a new age kind of feel, but it looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie, the graphics and the way that everything is rendered, it looks very realistic, it looks very good, and I think that this might be one of those games that might be definitive on the PlayStation 4, kind of similar to how Journey was on the PlayStation 3, but we'll just have to wait and see. Of what I've seen, it looks really good. It looks really good. Kind of Funny Games did a gameplay commentary, playthrough of it, and it looks pretty good. So this game is $19.99, but if you wanted to get it for $15.99, you could pre-order today because it is a part of the Play 2015 thing the PlayStation has going on, where if you pre-order you get a couple of bucks off if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, and I suppose that's a pretty good deal if you wanted to experience this game. Next up, Toy Soldiers War Chest Hall of Fame Edition is coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One for a measly $29.99. And if you've ever seen the movie Small Soldiers, where all of the toys come to life because this dude put microchips in them, it kind of has that similar kind of thing going for it. And you can play as various members of Masters of the Universe, as well as G.I. Joe and a couple of other characters that the people have come up with themselves. But it's a strategy action game where you pretty much just play as action figures fighting against each other. It's like if everything crawled out of your childhood toy box and started having a giant battle in the middle of your floor or yard or wherever you choose to battle. It's kind of interesting, I suppose. Not really my kind of thing, but I do love the movie Small Soldiers. So as a side note, that's a great movie. But this game is $29.99 if you wanted to pick it up, and again, it's coming to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And of course, if you have the older generation consoles or obviously a PC, you can play the other versions of this game as well, which is not the Hall of Fame edition, but to be honest, there isn't that much of a big benefit of upgrading to the Hall of Fame edition. Next up, Gauntlet Slayer Edition is coming to the PlayStation 4 for $19.99, and the 2014 version of this game was kind of put down because it felt very repetitive. One kind of attack could take out most of the enemies, and you were pretty much just button spamming all the way through the game, and as many hours as you put into it, you just kind of continuously use that one attack, and that's kind of the downfall of the 2014 version of the game. However, for this Slayer Edition, the developers have gone back and reworked almost every enemy. In fact, every enemy except for 2 has kind of had a complete specs overhaul, I guess you could say. The hitboxes have been changed, their health meters have been adjusted, and of course the boss battles, although they felt repetitive, have been gone back and reworked, and it seems like it's going to be just a better version of Gauntlet. And of course, Gauntlet is like a kind of a dungeon crawler camera view style where you just kind of battle against waves of enemies, and it looks pretty good. I'm not going to make it out to be any more than it is. It's a version of the 2014 game that's been reworked, and it's ultimately better, and there's a little bit more character customization, and it's just kind of been touched up overall. So for $19.99, you can go back, play Gauntlet the way it was meant to be played, and it looks like this one is going to have a little bit more challenge than its predecessor from last year. Next up, we've got a couple of games that were just moving around to different consoles that might have been on the Xbox One originally, coming to the PlayStation 4, stuff like that. So we'll run through these 4 real quick. You've got OlliOlli 2 coming to the PC, which is actually pretty good. It's kind of like a side-scroller Tony Hawk game, if that makes any sense. Imagine if Mario rode a skateboard. That's the best way to describe it. It was actually a PlayStation Plus exclusive a couple of months ago, and I enjoyed it for the most part for what it was, but it's very kind of complicated, I guess you could say. It's simplistic, but you have to know how to play the game. Prototype 2 is coming to the digital PS4 store. It was originally released in, I believe it was June or sometime earlier this year in the springtime, but the reworked, remastered version of this game didn't really make that big of a difference. It felt like the developers just kind of gave it their half-assed effort, I guess is the best way to put it, and they just kind of threw it out there to make more money. So if you are interested in playing Prototype, or you were a fan of the original 2 games and you wanted to play them on the next generation consoles, you can do that on the PlayStation 4. 4 this week. Goat Simulator is coming to the PS3 and PS4. I could have sworn it was already out, but I guess it's probably maybe a physical copy or a digital copy, but that is coming out. And of course, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and this is the most interesting of all of the titles that I just mentioned. I never actually played the original whenever it came out on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, but there are two brothers, and you kind of control each brother with an individual thumbstick. Hold on, I'm just trying to see. So you would be like working, this would be one brother, and then this would be the other one, and you just kind of solve puzzles and stuff that way, and it kind of brings a co-op feel to the game without actually having a second player there. So if you don't have any friends, this is the perfect opportunity to pretend you have some, which I suppose is a pretty big selling point for a lot of people that play games. So there you guys have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a like down below and comment what you thought about this edition of the drop. What games are you looking forward to this week? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel or you've never seen any of my other content, I upload new stuff like 4 or 5 days a week depending on the week, so there's always something new on the channel when you drop by to check out some content. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.